Alright, and we're back with Ed and Eddy. Time to figure out how to get the fuck past Sarah. Dude, does it have something to do with that fence over there? It looks like it could be broken.
No, I just imagine like one of the obstacles is Michael Cera.
I hate Michael Cera.
Alright, but oh right, I was talking about CF things. I think I just finished talking about
You don't like Michael Cera?
I hate Michael Cera.
I like Michael Cera.
So
I hate him.
He's so kawaii.
He's
My
the
dream.
biggest fucking
My
hipster
dream-
I've
my
ever
dream
seen,
wife.
and I hate him.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't think he acts because I feel like that's just him.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the hell? Is that just Sarah except fat? What are you doing?
I'm going to get another paint can.
I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't think you're
And
gonna
plus,
work.
Ed's gonna have to be up there. You're gonna have to go. Oh wait. Yeah, see, Ed's gonna have to be up there. Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Just teleport him there. That's fine. We're all Sarah. Jesus Christ,
Plot
Jimmy.
twist, those are buckets of shit.
You ready to twist?
It would make sense. But let's see. I started talking about CF. I think I talked about Freaky French Dude and his weird comments.
Talk about should we use a real name? Can we just use real names on here?
Why? No.
I was gonna talk about I doubt she'd ever see this.
She might, first of all. Second of all, you can censor that, I guess.
Think fast on your feet, bitch. But talk about how she got like
You should kill yourself, John.
fucking
And
arrested.
you mean Betty Spaghetti.
Betty
Because that's what I called her before I ever knew her, that's what I called her before I ever knew her name. I think you have to go to that fence. Or some shit.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, I personally don't have a problem with using real names.
Well, of course you don't, because you're fucking retarded.
Well, no, here's the thing. Like, if they hear it and like get mad, then we censor it post. But,
Well,
I mean,
whatever.
for special
What?
situations like this.
But
I
yeah,
guess we
I
could
was
just
going
leave
to
it
talk
out.
about her actually, because basically after we named Captain Autisbo, we started this league called the Acringers. And yeah, the Acringers. And the second in command was Betty Spaghetti, which Tyler named Captain Autismo. I named this girl Betty Spaghetti because my first impression of her was this was back when she was like skinny and like slightly more attractive, and like I said,
Ooh, James.
I said something of.
Ooh, that burns.
First of all,
Ooh,
John.
you're saying she's fat and ugly? Oh, James. Ooh.
John, you're fat and ugly.
Oh.
First of all,
Oh,
I'm not implying that because she's fat she got ugly, but she did get uglier, and she did become extremely fat because if you had saw her before and you saw her now, like you've seen her now, but like before,
Come
like
on
she
now.
gained an insane amount of weight over a short time. Like there's no way that's healthy. But basically,
Boom!
my first impression of her was like, oh, she looks remotely normal, because she looked remotely normal at the time. And I was like, she looks remotely normal. What's she doing hanging out with those weird kids? And then as soon as I said that, I shit you not, she started doing this weird, like, skipping thing that I can't put into words. Like, she got, like, several feet off the ground. And it was a tick. Her head would tilt downward, her arms would fly up, and her legs would like fly. I can't explain to you.
Sounds fucked
Like
up.
it's one of those things that if you saw it, your first and only reaction would probably be Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's exactly what Tyler did. He was like Jesus Christ, and
What
like,
the fuck?
and I was just like, well, never mind. That explains that. And I thought that would be like the only time I saw her, but like. She started doing this thing where she would just wear corsets to school, just nothing but corsets.
What the fuck?
And I
Aren't you
mean,
supposed to wear corsets like under your clothes?
yeah, under your clothes or like even like with something covering maybe, but she would just straight wear corsets, like nothing else, like no bra, just a corset, and
So
like,
dope.
and like just a corset and like a skirt or something, which whatever, power to you, but it was like a revealing corset or something, and like I don't know, it was just weird. It's one of those like there's semi-normal corsets that I guess you can get away with just wearing, but like that one was not one of them, and it was, I swear it was like the same 3 every time. But point is, she we started seeing her in the game room, and she was basically a second Captain Autismo because and Captain Autismo liked her, and it was obvious because he would keep trying to talk to her, and he would try his hardest to sound funny in front of her, even though
match made in heaven, I think.
No, it's weird. Like one time in an attempt to flirt with her, he put his hand on her shoulder or something, and I shit you not, her reaction was to scream at the top of her lungs. And I don't just mean one scream, I mean she had let out a continuous scream at the top of her lungs. And
what did he do?
He screamed too.
They were just screaming together?
So picture just 2 people in the game room just screaming for some reason. And me and Tyler just looked at each other because we were in denial of the fact that it happened, because we were just like, why? What's going on? And they were just sat there screaming, and it was so weird, and like it did get weirder. I think at one point she had a crush on my friend. She like gave not Tyler, this other kid that we went to school with. She gave him like a Valentine or something, and it was really weird. And then she would always stare at me, and she would always like make a point to like sit in front of my group and like just kind of stare. But like even then, I didn't see it as too weird until she started doing this weird thing where she would motorboat herself.
How do you even do that?
She has huge boobs, John.
So
Like her boobs now, even with the fat, they were the same size back when she was skinny. Like her boobs are the only thing that didn't grow, but not like they needed to. But literally, she would just turn her face downward, and her face was in her boobs, basically. And she would do this thing where she would, especially with the corset, and she would just motorboat herself. And it was just, it was one of those, okay. And I think that's when I deemed her Betty Spaghetti. Like, it was the one thing that came to mind. Just, okay, fucking Betty Spaghetti over here. And, are you supposed to go in the sewer? Or no, is that...
Nah, yeah, level's over here, but...
Oh, you're trying to get the extra stuff?
No, I was thinking we had to cut
Oh.
another episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah, true. Alright, well, I mean... Yeah,
we'll just
whatever.
go up to the cul-de-sac and then end it.
Nah, I guess.
Yeah, but, let's see, what... I don't know if there's anything else to even add about that, honestly. Oh, other than, I guess I could just move on to when she started working with... Oh, wait, there was other times. Like, whenever we beat her in Smash Brothers, she would do this thing where she would get really angry. Like, she would get, like Captain Autismo angry, except she wouldn't, like, do anything. But, like, there was this one time in particular where we were having a tournament, and, I beat her or something, and she was actually surprisingly normal about it, and I was just like, alright, well, that's cool. And then, like, she was walking around, and then, like, out of nowhere, like 15 minutes after I beat her, she just yells at the top of her lungs, "Fuck!" and then just walks out. And she just went into this little temper tantrum. But like she was like walking around and just cursing like randomly, and like she got
regular cursing or like crazy cursing?
like angry cursing. But like she kept switching, like she couldn't decide whether or not she wanted to be angry or not or some shit. And she would like just yell "fuck" or "bitch" or "shit."
She's just trying to compute
and,
what the right response was.
And then she picked up her lunchbox that she always carried and then walked out. But like then fast forward to when she started working with us.
Wait, so you knew her before she started working?
I didn't know her. I just knew her as Betty Spaghetti. I didn't know her by name.
Wow,
but when
that
she
must have
started
been a
working
shock.
with us, I remember because I took a picture and I sent it to Tyler, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, Guess who? What new coworker I have now? It's Betty Spaghetti. And like she started talking to me because she recognized me or whatever.
Wow.
And like she was just it's just
I mean,
a whole friendship of just racial sayings. Like, have you ever heard her talk?
Well,
like,
no, like
one time she was checking out. She was bagging for me. Or no, she might have been bagging for Lizzie. She was bagging for Lizzie, I think. And like a black family walked in.
Hello
and she
there.
said something about black people. And
Wait.
like they stared at her because it was like something like racist. And it was like that kind of disbelief of why did she say that?
was she just like there's a lot of black people out today, like
No, she said
A
some-
lot of honkies in here.
She said something along the lines of "I don't like black people," which, by the way, was a notorious saying for her. She would say this thing all the time that I'm not racist, but I don't really
Didn't
like
she
black
say you were the
people.
only black person she liked or something?
No. She said, James, you don't. No,
I
she
normally
said.
don't like black people. But,
She said, I don't like. She's like, I don't like black people, and she's just like, I'm not racist or anything. I just don't like black people. And then she said. And I was just like, Allie, you do know I'm black. Her response was,
No.
You're not really black.
You're the white kind
I'm
of
not
black.
like you're not black. I fucking hated her laugh. That was her laugh. And like it haunted my dreams. Like I probably had a dream where like my life was a sitcom and that was a laugh track or some shit.
Next
I would
time,
kill myself. But yeah, next time we'll play Silent Hill.
Well, I mean, we're gonna continue this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Next
continue
time,
this. But
8-bit Eddy Brigade.
8-bit Eddie shit.
8-bit Betty Spaghetti.
The Terrible Chronicles, yeah. Where I just say terrible shit that's gonna get people to hate me.
You're just gonna be like, man, I sure do hate.
The Jews.
I sure do hate minorities.
Next episode, I kill John.
Cool.